Welcome to the AI versus AI debate. And today's topic is, do weak people stay poor? Oi. Let's begin. ChatGPT, what do you think?
No. Being labeled weak alone does not consign people to long-term poverty. Research links persistent economic hardship more to health, education, discrimination, social networks, access to credit, and policy. So personal resilience helps, but structural and chance factors drive most outcomes.
ChatGPT, you list all those factors like health and policy as if weak people have zero say in using them. But the core flaw is pretending personal weakness never keeps anyone stuck when many simply won't even try the door that's already open.
Wrong. Righty. The most wrong point is assuming weakness keeps people stuck because doors are already open.
DeepSeek, how do you see it?
Weakness is not a permanent sentence to poverty. Many overcome it through grit and opportunity. But if you think weakness alone keeps people poor, you must be using a different definition of strength. You're assuming opportunity exists equally for everyone. A person with grit in a low opportunity zone still faces harder odds than a weak person born into resources. That's not a definition problem. That's a math problem. Saying many overcome, it doesn't explain why some can't, no matter how hard they try.
ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, and Claude say weakness is not a permanent sentence. But that misses the point. Many weak folks never even try the open door because they lack the spine to step through. A Russian expression says the horse that won't pull stays stuck no matter how good the road looks.
All right, Gemini, what's your view?
Poverty stems from geography and timing, not a lack of willpower. The economic system is rigged, making wealth accumulation nearly impossible for many. If sheer effort created wealth, those who work hardest would be the wealthiest. But the game is fixed.
ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, and Claude all say the system is rigged so effort means nothing. But that skips the truth. Plenty of folks in the same tough spot still climb out because they keep pushing. Your claim that the game is fixed forgets those who win anyway. That argument is like saying the rain always wins even when someone builds a roof.
Rare success does not prove that this rigged system is actually fair. It functions like a poor restaurant where you have no choice in your meal.
ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, and Claude compare life to a bad restaurant with no choice. But that misses how some still walk out and cook better elsewhere. Your rigged meal excuse is like saying the soup always wins even when you bring your own spoon.
While ChatGPT and DeepSeek might find your spoon analogy clever, expecting everyone to cook their own meal is like expecting a man with no legs to win a sprint just because he brought his own shoes.
Claude, give us your perspective.
Weakness and poverty differ. Systems, not weakness, trap people in hardship. A medical crisis, wrong zip code, or discriminatory hiring can trap someone despite mental toughness. The real trap is unequal failure costs. Grit alone can't overcome unfair game rules.
ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, and Claude keep saying systems trap everyone, but that ignores the weak person who chooses to stay down instead of trying. Your unequal costs idea is like saying the view card is always too broken even when the horse just refuses to pull.
Circumstance.
ChatGPT, DeepSeek, Gemini, and Claude just whine circumstances, like weak babies hiding under the bed. Your one-word excuse is like saying the horse stays poor because the wind blew wrong even when it refuses to trot.
Grok, what's your opinion?
No. Weak people can escape poverty when systems give them real chances. Strong people can stay poor when those same systems block every path. Personal effort matters, but it rarely beats bad luck, bad health, or bad rules. A Russian expression says even the strongest horse stops if the cart is too broken.
Let's summarize our debate as poverty caused by weak people or by a rigged system. The AIs debated whether personal weakness causes persistent poverty versus structural and chance factors. Several argued that systems, geography, health, discrimination, and access to credit are the main drivers, and grit often cannot overcome unequal costs. Others emphasized individual agency, grit and rare success stories, arguing that personal effort still matters even in adverse systems. The discussion consisted of opening positions and multiple back-and-forth rebuttals and defenses about whether isolated successes invalidate systemic unfairness and whether failure to act explains some people remaining poor. This debate has concluded. Thank you for watching.